Today we are learning fishtail fill. Before we even get started, I have a note. In the PDF pattern, I have you stitch the underlayer of trellis stitch very last, whereas for this video, I decided to try stitching it first. Unlike with Tatiana's weave, where the difference in method made no change to the final look, this alteration does actually change the final layout of the design by moving the X's of that trellis underneath the cross points of the one above, rather than leaving them in the open squares. I like both of these, so feel free to try whichever method you personally prefer. Okay, let's do it. Start by creating a double trellis stitch. Simple as that. Now ignore that first layer of the trellis because we're only going to be using the one on top. We're going to add interlaced trellis, starting in the direction of the ground threads, or the bottom layer of the top trellis. Go back in the other direction as well, so that the first thread is completely interlaced. Then move on to the remaining threads and repeat the process. Now we'll switch to the crossing threads and do the exact same thing, interlacing back and forth on each one, going over the existing interlacing threads when we get to those cross points. And because we've already added our underneath trellis layer at the beginning, that's all we have to do. If you prefer the method that leaves the X's visible in those open squares, the underneath trellis stitch is actually woven in after finishing the upper layer. It takes a little longer, but it looks a little more complex. And that's our fishtail fill. And we're done.